what he's doing at the moment with another fastest lap in 47.9. This is still much faster than the 2 leaders, but at the moment the gap is not so much decreasing under the second very much. Fernando knows this, of course. He has to resist the pressure from Joe Turney with the win inside. As you can see, Powell is giving his everything to try to join the party.
So René Lammers versus Thomas Stoichmanis, still continuing on. Stoichmanis has got to think long game here, but then so too has René Lammers. He wants to beat Lammers as many times as possible before the end of this qualifying heat procedure, because at the moment Stoichmanis is looking at a 39-point deficit to René Lammers if it stays like this. So any points he can take off him is obviously going to be beneficial. But you've also got to play the long game. You've got to think about tyre life. You've got to think about how far into these qualifying heats can I go before I put the spares on. And I was speaking to a couple of drivers this morning. I actually spoke to last year's world champion, Matheus Morgado. I said, is there any chance you're going to be able to keep this spare fresh set, half fresh set, until tomorrow? He said, no chance. I don't think anybody's going to be able to keep that going until tomorrow. So, Joe Turney now very much under pressure from Miguel Costa, trying to work his way forward. You've got Lammers, Stoichmanis, Powell. They are well clear. And now Joe Turney, who still wants to have a part to play in this World Championship contest. He has got Miguel Costa all over the back of him. 6th place for Jules Caranta. Finn McLaughlin still trying to salvage something from 7th position. Not so easy to be there with all of the hard work that he's had around him. You're allowed one blip, really, in qualifying heats, as long as you keep it relatively close towards the top 10. Costa trying his best again here to get in on Joe Turney. I have to say, this is one of the strongest performances I've seen from Miguel Costa this season. Great to see the hard work that he and his coach, Lorenzo Travisanito, have been putting in. And now he's got an opportunity on the inside of Joe Turney. Well, it takes a really skilled individual to catch Joe Turney napping. That was well executed from Miguel Costa. And now he's left Turney in the clutches of Caranta and McLaughlin.
Michael Tate could have a chance to snatch those 2 drivers at once and take him to the position. Oh, on the 56 from Birela. Unfortunately, Eloy Gonzalez, who was having one heck of a recovery. 11 places getting up to P16.
Oh.
We didn't get a chance to see what happened, but this is DNF, unfortunately, for Eloy Gonzalez from Spain. As we get ourselves into lap number 9 out of 12. Nothing is done yet. Even though René Lammers has been able to pick some pace, 4/10 of a second already now on Thomas Stoichmanis. As Joe Turney, Phil McLaughlin just made his way past Jules Caranta to attack Joe Turney. Watch out for the Car Republic driver. Jules Caranta stays where he is. As for the back, we have a move as well from Francesco Macedo, who got overtaken twice, I think, by Marcus Sater and Savinkov by Luca Vignon. Jan Perizonski, my apologies, now up into P8. As Alex Powell put out another fastest lap in this race, but not quite able to decrease that gap on Stoichmanis. Still a full second between the Jamaican and the 2 leaders. As Phil McLaughlin, the VDK driver, can he actually try something in turn number 30? Still missing 1 meter, 1.5 meters to be not much of a threat. As running inside goes one of the CRGs for the back. This is Francesco Macedo on Marcus Sater by the look of it. This is Max Antopruge, his teammate for the back for Idem on Savinkov. As Teresa Babikova, unfortunately, being investigated, as she's currently at the back end of the grid. Teresa with Petra as well into that race. Petra is P13, and Teresa, where is she actually? Teresa Babikova. We'll come back to that in a moment.
She's currently 13th, actually, just in front of Max Angelon and her sister Petra. So she's right in the mix. Now, here's Alex Powell, having started to get into the gap in front of him of Thomas Stoichmanis. Now, Stoichmanis has fallen off the pace of René Lammers, and Powell might actually snatch a 2nd place here, so this is going to be pretty exciting to see how this continues. 2 laps to go, and Lammers looks back over his shoulder. I've got him, I've nailed him, and I've checked out. Excellent. This is psychological upper hand, swinging back to René Lammers. Thomas Stoichmanis under big pressure now from Alex Powell, who might just have the time with a lap and a half to go to get one over on him.
And those qualifying laps were not done for nothing for Alex Powell. Let's see if he's going to be able to have that extra bit of pace to get ahead of Stoichmanis. But as we said, Powell is playing the long game as well. And as for now, the Jamaican driver is sitting within the top 5 of the classification. He picked up a win and a 2nd place and a P5 as well as best results, P4 shall I say, yesterday. Now he has another chance to get the 2nd position if he can make it past Thomas Stoichmanis. It's not the easiest one to get overtaken. Final lap this is, 7/10 of a second. And then on his way to his first win on his 4th attempt after 3 second places. Stoichmanis, I think he might have enough with that last lap to keep Alex Powell at bay. Great first time, Joe Turney. Just split by just a few tenths of a second right now. Costa will, of course, cross the line on a quiet mode with Joe Turney trying to resist to Phil McEltain in those last few corners. But Powell still very much glued. It was Thomas Trosimanis who received maybe one last attempt. Coming to the headwind at turn number 13. Powell outside of turn number 12, onto the curb. Trosimanis watching over his shoulder, going defensive run inside. This is the opportunity maybe for Powell to go around the last corner. There's going to be side by side.
Is he actually going to get there? Not quite, but I tell you what, he's up for the fight. Excellent stuff. René Lammers, Thomas Stompjemanis and Alex Powell. Well, Alex Powell just showed an inner strength and dedication that I think he's been hiding for most of this week. I tell you what, he has absolutely thrown his hand now. He almost went round the outside of the final turn to Thomas Stompjemanis. If Stompjemanis had been a little bit slow on the uptake, I think Powell would have got him. That is absolutely daring do from the Jamaican. But René Lammers finally picks up his first win of the week, and that's quite an important time to do it. He now takes the lead of the interim rankings, 4 points clear of Finn McLaughlin and 9 points clear of Alex Powell. This World Championship fight just went nuclear.
And it's fair to say that it's not the first time that we get to see